Good evening, students. I am Mrs. Parvati, PGT Physics, Holy Hearts Educational Academy, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Today, I am here with another episode that is regarding potentiometer. To compare the EMFs of the two cells, primary cells. Example, Leclanche cell and Daniell cell you can take. To compare the EMFs of the two given primary cells, how can you compare it? What is the value of E1 by E2? That we are going to find out by using potentiometer, which is very important for the board questions, board examinations. So in the last class we already discussed in potentiometer there are two circuits. Number one is primary circuit, number two is secondary circuit. Primary circuit is always fixed for any use, any application. Only the changes will be done only in secondary circuits. In this case, what is the use? We are comparing the two primary cells, EMFs of the two primary cells. That is the use here. Okay. So whenever you apply some battery to the primary circuit, that voltage, that EMF always should be greater than EMF of the cell. Then only it works out. If both are equal, I already told you in the first episode, if both are equal, then what happens here? There is no potential difference, no current flows through galvanometer. Got it? So that is why whenever you want to find out the potential difference between 2 points of the conductor, it is necessary that the voltage difference must be there. That is the reason the primary circuit, whatever cell we are connecting, the EMF of that cell must be greater than that of the primary cell which we are connecting to the secondary circuit. Got it? In secondary circuit also we are connecting a cell. So the EMF of that cell must be less than that of the EMF of the primary circuit. EMF of the battery of the primary circuit here. Okay. So how to find out? First of all, you know the principle. The V is proportional to L. Potential difference between 2 points of the conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. But to function the potentiometer, the entire wire, AB wire, if you take 5 meters or 10 meters, we are applying the total potential from the battery in the primary circuit. That must be constant. Got it? That must be constant here. So here primary circuit is fixed here. We are applying the potential EMF, a certain potential which is greater than that of the EMF of the cell here. Okay. So now how do you find out or how do you compare the EMFs? By using Kirchhoff's voltage law, we will obtain the formula. How? Let us see that. So first of all, let us study the circuit diagram. As already told you, potentiometer consists of two circuits. Number one primary, number two secondary. Primary circuit provides potential gradient and secondary circuits changes according to the use here. So here you see the circuit diagram we have already drawn here. It consists of several wires. If you see why we are showing like this here, we can see, here I have shown only AB is the wire. This wire can be shown like this. You know why? Because 5 meters wire from one end to another end, if you join it, it will occupy more place. That is why here what happened? This is a 1 meter wire. Then there is a metallic strip, thick strip. Then the second connected here, second wire starts from here, and again metallic strip, third wire, then metallic strip, fourth wire, metallic strip, fifth wire, sixth wire, and so on. Okay. So there are different types of potentiometers. Some potentiometer has got 5 wires and some have got 10 wires. Generally we opt for 10 wires. Why it is so? We will discuss at the end of the lesson. Okay. So this is circuit diagram. Where is the primary circuit? Primary circuit is A to C. It consists of battery, rheostat and key and connecting to the another end of the wire. So this is the potentiometer wire here. Okay. And in secondary circuit, two cells we have taken, A1 and E2, and there is a two-way key, 1, 2, 3 here. There are two-way key here, galvanometer and then jockey here. Okay. And also all positive terminals of the battery and cells should be connected to the same end, that is A. See here, positive terminal of cell, first cell, positive terminal of the second cell, then here positive terminal of the battery. Like this we are supposed to connect. It is compulsory. like this. Are you following? Okay. Now, after that, what happens? If you connect first of all this 1 and 3, and then you slide the jockey on the wire at one place, at we call it as N1 place, you know what happens? The galvanometer shows null deflection. What does it mean? The length AN1 of the wire, potential difference across AN1 must be equal to potential difference between the cell. Got my point? Because E2 is not in circuit at present. Here we are not keeping any key here. We are keeping only the key here only first. Got it? Okay. Yeah. So then the potential difference across 2 points and the cell is equal to AN1 potential difference. Right? So applying Kirchhoff's rule in loop AN1 G31A. In this loop rule, KVL once again, A, this is the N1, then G, then 3, then 1 we are connecting here, and E1 and A. Apply Kirchhoff's rule. Which rule? Second law, KVL. Then we got K into L1, because we don't know, K is, you know, that potential per unit length into length gives you the potential. What is Kirchhoff's voltage rule? Sigma E is 0. Right? Sigma E is 0. So we connect here first A to what we are getting here? A into N. N1 is the length of the wire. Suppose we got it L1. L1 into K, right? KL1 plus 0. Why 0? Because this is also why 0 here? Because the galvanometer shows, let G is the galvanometer resistance. Then what is the current flowing through this here? 0, balancing condition. So 0 into G becomes 0. And here 3 into 1 minus, here E1, here again we are coming here. Minus E1 is equal to 0. Apply the Kirchhoff's rule. Or we will write here E1 is equal to KL1. Similarly for second rule, second loop, we call it as AN2, this whole one, AN2 is the L2, KL2 plus G into 0 and plus this time this is opened and 2 is connected here. See here AN2 G21A, this wire we have connected here. Then minus E2 is equal to 0 or E2 is equal to KL2. So dividing KL, first equation by second equation, E1 by E2 is equal to KL1 by KL2, KL1 by KL2, or L1, K and K gets cancelled, L1 by L2, that is E1 by E2. How do you change? Only one reading we got here. How do you compare? First of all, before doing all these connections, take the E1. That is, for example, Leclanche cell. Right? Leclanche cell you take and take the voltmeter, connect the positive terminal and negative terminal to the positive terminal and negative terminal of the voltmeter. It will give the EMF of the first cell. Right? And second cell also you take and again measure the EMF. Because it is in open circuit, whenever the cell is in open circuit, it will give you EMF. So E1 and E2 we measured with the help of voltmeter. Now we got L1 and L2 also. We know that E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. L1 by L2 you find out here. L1 we got, L2 we've got. That ratio must be equal to E1 by E2. So we have already compared the EMF of the two cells. Only one reading we are getting. How do you get the more than one reading? More than one reading. Only the very simple thing, children, here. In the primary circuit, change the current. That is rheostat slider. You slide it. The value of K becomes K dash and here also K dash. Of course, they get cancelled here. There is no problem here. K and K dash will get cancelled. So then L1 dash by L2 dash, you will get the same answer here. And third reading, how do you get here again? The rheostat slider, again you change position here. Rheostat, where is the rheostat? This is the rheostat. Change the position of rheostat here. Then what happens here? the current flowing through the wire is different here. So that is why again you will take the third set of the readings. In this way we can take the many sets of readings by changing the position, by sliding the rheostat, changing the current in the potentiometer wire here. Okay children, so this is very important question. Every year it comes one question potentiometer based. Please go through it, solve some numericals given here. One question I would like to say. The student has connected all the connections correctly advised by the teacher. But then also he is getting same side deflection. Opposite nahi aa raha hai. Then why? What is the reason? Reason kya hai? The reason is nothing but the EMF of the primary circuit, battery of the primary circuit is less than or equal to that of the EMF of the cell. That is the reason there is no current flowing in the other side of the wire here. Okay, then what he has to do? Then sliding that rheostat position, slide it, then change the current, automatically it will give the opposite deflection here. Okay, so what could be the possible reason to get the same side deflection? The possible reason is the EMF of the battery must be equal to or less than that of the EMF of the cell here. That is the reason it is giving the same side deflection. Okay, clear to all? Okay, practice this circuit diagram and derivation children, very important. See you, bye bye.